gonna be a squatter. Hey guys, welcome back to Dig It with Raven. This video is gonna be a little different, or very different from what you guys normally see from me putting out, but I'm on vacation here in Portugal, and these Roman ruins are pretty much a stone's throw away from where I'm staying, so I obviously had to film something here for you guys, but I'm in my vacation mode. So I've got vacation hair, vacation glasses, vacation clothes, so we're just gonna go with it and have some fun. But this video is something that I've been wanting to put out for a while, and I've been doing a lot of reflecting and a lot of thinking about everything during this whole pandemic over the last few months of not working and essentially just being forced to be a full-time YouTuber. And there's a lot of decisions that have to be made and trying to figure out where to go after everything kind of settles down, if everything settles down. So I just wanted to give you guys like a little bit of a look inside my brain, because having this nice little break here and like taking a break from content creation and posting on social media has really helped to put some things into perspective, clear up some things, and it pretty much actually has to do with these Roman ruins right here. So we have a lot to thank them for, but I really wanted to just give you a look inside my thoughts of pretty much like why I love archaeology so much, because I've told you I love archaeology all the time. The entire channel is pretty much me just writing an ode to why I love archaeology, but I don't think I ever told you why I love archaeology, and this break has really kind of brought that back into focus for me, because you can really get caught up in trying to just produce things and get the likes and the follows and the views, and I just really wanted to get back to basics here with you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna give you a tour of the site while I rant to you about how much I love archaeology and why everyone else should love archaeology as well. As I said who knows how many times in my videos, on my Instagram, archaeology is the study of people from the past, looking at their material culture. We dig down to find what people made, what they used, and what they left behind, to just kind of play detectives and really get into the minds of people that used to live in the past and what was important to them, and pretty much just how they did their everyday lives. It's really the tea right there. Archaeology is the only way that we can find out about ordinary people from the past. You know, regular people just like you and me, just living their lives. Because when we look at history books and all those historical records, it's a very biased, very focused way of recording history. History is written by the conquerors, the emperors, the kings, the philosophers, and that really just narrows down what we learn about the history, right? It's very biased. It really just takes everything that was really happening and just puts it into this like one little bowl, and it misses out on so much. And that's what I love so much about archaeology, because in history you never learn about the farmer down the road from the castle who secretly had an obsession with making pottery, or, you know, don't even get me started on how little information there is on women and marginalized communities in the history books. But with archaeology, that can, we don't really have the history of doing that, but that can change everything. And that's what is so exciting for me, because I'm sitting in a Roman bathhouse right now. You know, people used to just come in here, bathe, get clean, chill out, hang out with their friends, and I really doubt that anybody that was having a bath here would think that 2,000 years from now people would be super interested to dig this up and to really study how they used to socialize, how they used to, you know, bathe. And it's really hard for us to think that, yeah, for us too, in 2,000 years, if humanity survives that long, that people are going to be looking at our bathtubs in the same way. Boy, okay, it got way too sunny, so I'm hiding in the shade by the walls here, but I really want to say something like, here's the thing. Everyone wants to be remembered. Every single person wants their life to have mattered in some way. They want someone to remember what they did, who they were, how they made friends and things. And okay, you might say that you're not one of those people, but I don't mean be remembered in the sense of have a monument to you or have a big castle or a parade in your honor every year or a day named after you. I just mean like when you die, you want people to really kind of just say, you know what, that person lived a good life, or I really miss that person. And you kind of just want your existence to be recognized, acknowledged. And for me, that's the best part about archaeology. Through our digging, through our analyzing, through our interpreting, even though we could be completely wrong in everything that we do, we are acknowledging someone's existence from 2,000 years ago, from 10,000 years ago, from 50 years ago. We are really just saying, hey, you know what? You existed, you mattered, and we're giving them that chance to be remembered again. And maybe that sounds super sentimental to some people or kind of hippy-dippy, whatever, but that's kind of most of the... Ooh, wasp, oh gosh, okay. Sorry, we're back. But yeah, for me, that's mostly the reason why I got into conservation and archaeology, because for me, I know that, yeah, these walls, someone made this wall. And yeah, maybe they didn't think much of it at the time, but you know, it was something that they devoted their life to doing, and it was kind of their way of leaving a mark and finding this wall or finding a piece of pottery that someone made or anything that, you know, that they wanted to bury for something special or anything. And it just kind of proves to you that, I don't know, people were here and people, I don't know, it really is hard to describe, but I really love when I'm restoring something, when I see that someone took pride and care into their work and it wasn't meant to just be thrown away and not acknowledged and not cared for. So I always feel like maybe it's also me just kind of putting myself in making myself feel more important, but I feel like I'm helping to bring that memory back to life, to acknowledge that person's efforts and trials. And I really love doing that because maybe I'm just super afraid of death myself, but I think that's really cool how we get to do that. We get to find human past and people had lives. I love looking into lives because for so many people, you know, we forget that everyone else's life is just as, oh, the wasp is back. Everyone else's life is just as complicated and nuanced and important to them as ours is to us. And they have family, they have drama, they have hopes and dreams, and we always forget that because we're always so centered on ourselves and our immediate groups of friends and everything. So I love just being able to take yourself out of that picture, out of that tiny pigeonhole, and see that, like, yeah, we've always been doing this, we've always had these lives, and there's so much to learn about other people and what they thought was important and how we kind of just need to remember that everyone else is going through something hard. Some people have gone through very similar things that you have. Some people have gone through things that you never will experience. And it's good to remember that oh my gosh, I'm gonna move in a minute. That we need to be aware of our fellow human beings and that, you know, the world does not revolve around us. And I really like that about archaeology because we can make sure that we can always step outside of ourselves and give the people that need a voice, especially past people that can help us learn about our present and help us prepare for our future. Someone worked here, someone lived here, and they probably had a life that was just as full as yours and mine. They probably ate the same seafood, the same fish that was caught in the same ocean just down the road. And they probably also complained that the beach was way too windy to really enjoy themselves. And they just kind of had the same human wants and needs that we have. And I don't know about you guys, but when I sit with that, especially in an environment like this, I get chills because it's just evidence of something greater than yourself. Something kind of makes you feel that you are part of something bigger than deciding to you know, go to the grocery store, what to eat for dinner, what to do with your life, and you realize that you're just kind of part of the cog that is the universe. It sounds super spiritual and weird. The cog that is, you know, time running through the universe, the Earth hurtling through space, and the historical timeline that's been in the works for millions and billions of years. I don't know, but like for me, so much life happened here. And as archaeologists, we have the privilege of peeling back that curtain and even just taking a little bit of that experience and experiencing it for ourselves and sharing it with people today. And I think that's something that gets lost a lot in work when we're thinking about budgets and schedules and deadlines and, you know, the ivory tower of academia. This notion that we are one of the very few people in the world that get to experience people from the past firsthand. I think that as archaeologists and people who study history, we really have to hang on to this feeling and remember why we fell in love with archaeology in the first place. People and humans and the ever ongoing complexities of the species that we are and how we kind of just get through this thing that we call life. And holding on to this idea is not only going to make us better researchers and better excavators and better archaeologists, it's going to make us better people, better communicators, better everything. Just to use this site again as an example to really just drive my point home, this site has not been excavated since 1971. They haven't done any further excavations for 50 years almost, and that gets me super excited because we have no idea what we could be missing out on. What else could be under the ground here? And for me, that is so exciting to be able to have that mystery, to experience it again, and really, bring this site back to life, bring the people that lived here back to life. Of course, all of our interpretations and findings are probably not always going to be correct. You know, one find can completely change the meaning of the site, or one find can completely change the entire historical timeline. But that's kind of the fun part about archaeology, because you get to be a detective, and archaeology is like doing a puzzle with half the pieces missing. So of course we're never going to be 100% correct, but we can still find out so much information if we look at it the right way and if we analyze it the right way. And I think that's really cool. Anyways, guys, that's my rant. I really hope that kind of drove home why I love archaeology so much. I hope maybe I inspired you a little bit, maybe reignite some sort of spark into the field and just kind of brought a happy note to your day, because for me, I really needed this break, this way to reconnect with archaeology, with my passion, what I love, what I want to do with my life, because life just gets in the way so much. So I hope you enjoyed my little brain dump here. And it's a very personal video that I normally don't post on my site, but I felt like this needed to be said, and I'm hoping that someone out there who is feeling the same way finds this video, hears what I have to say, and maybe resonates with it somehow, and then shares it with another friend. So if you like that video, please, you know, hit that like button, go hit the subscribe button, and don't forget that archaeologists make absolutely no money whatsoever. We're very, very poor people. So if you want to support the channel, you like the videos, you like what I do, go over, become a patron on Patreon, show me some love, and I'll show you some love back by giving you extra videos and early access to all my videos. You might even be one of these cool people and get your name on the screen. I'll send you stickers, all that fun stuff. Just head on to my Patreon, the link is in my description down below. But I'm gonna go now and enjoy the rest of my vacation and not think about YouTube for the next few days. Stay dirty, my friends.